All right, so I'm leaving my office, which is at Grant Avenue, which is right downtown. And I'm heading up Patio Peralta here. I'm gonna make a right. And then heading up to Bishop's Lodge Road.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Bishop's Lodge Road.
This is Old Taos Highway to the left, and to the right is the downtown post office. Coming up just past that is the courthouse. And then on the left side is the Scottish Rite Temple, but a lot of people call it the Pink Church. It's not really a church, but it's a really, really cool building that deserves a little exploration if you have time. So really just 3 blocks from the plaza. Everything inside Patio Peralta is considered really downtown.
Turn left onto Bishop's Lodge Road.
About a mile, maybe, not even.
Continue on Bishop's Lodge Road for 3/4 of a mile.
3/4 of a mile, there you go. That's what the lady's telling me. Now this is Artist Road. At this traffic light, if you turn right here, it turns into Hyde Park Road, which is the road that goes all the way up to the ski basin. And then on the left here is Fort Marcy, which is a city operation, and there's a gym there and a pool and workout and all that kind of stuff. And it's also the baseball field where Zozobra is every fall for fiestas, and also the baseball diamond where the Santa Fe Fuego play. And they are our local semi-pro baseball team. I think they're like AAA or something, or I'm not exactly sure what the league is, but anyways, we have baseball games there during the summertime. So we're heading up Bishop's Lodge Road, which is, you know, fairly well trafficked. If you take this road all the way up to the top and over, it eventually drops back down and gets you into Tasuke.
In a 1/4 mile, turn right onto Hillcrest Drive.
One entrance to Stagecoach, and I'll video that after I go look at the house, but I'm going to be going to the other entrance of Stagecoach. There's something of a loop.
Turn right onto Hillcrest Drive, then continue straight onto Stagecoach Road.
Okay, so she's got me going up Hillcrest here. So it does turn to dirt. It's a dirt road, just so you know. But this is maintained by the city. We're within the city limits.
Continue straight onto Stagecoach Road.
See, there's a city trash can and recycling.
In 1,000 feet, you will arrive at your destination.
Okay, I'm going to be meeting Lori here. She's the listing broker. And there is a tenant in this house, which was the other thing that was a little bit complicated. I may or may not be able to see the apartment, but I will definitely try to get in there if I can.
You have arrived.
Okay, here we go. It's right up here. Nice, there's Lori right there. Okay, I'm not quite sure what that is. Private drive, no turnaround. Okay, that is not part of Stagecoach. This is the driveway and the main entrance. And I'm gonna shut the video off in just a minute so that I can get myself oriented here, and then I will do the rest of it. Thanks. Okay, so really amazing views. I was not expecting this, but the way it's set up, you're facing due east here, looking at Picacho Peak and Atalaya Mountain there. And even coming over this way is Sun and Moon Mountain. So it looks like there's one more neighbor up the hill here, a little bit past you. That's my car right there. So there's room for 2 cars to park out front. And then there's a carport. So there's no garage here, but that carport could easily fit 4 cars too. And then there's a little seating area out back. This is the tenant's car. I'm not going to be able to see his apartment today, but I've got some pictures and stuff I can take. So that's the front door right there. I'm just going to do a little bit of outside walk around here. This garden in the front, it's the morning garden for your coffee. Really lush and planted and irrigated. And then there's a little storage box over there. It's probably, a little garden shed or something. But this is about to, bloom out and look really, really pretty. Stucco looks pretty good. Windows have been updated. This house is older. It was built back in the, probably in the 50s. I don't have my sheet on me, but I think it's 1953. So that is the tenant's entrance. And then the tenant has a little kind of a little portal and sitting area. And then there's heating and cooling by a mini split in there. And then there's a little seating area here and really thick with pinon. And they all look pretty healthy. They probably could use a little bit of trimming. I will say that I get a little bit of road noise here from Bishop's Lodge Road, which is the road we were just coming up. It's not too bad, but you'll notice that if you're sitting in the backyard. And then that's a back entrance. I'll show you how that looks when we get in the house. So they are now kind of calling it 2-bedroom for the main house. And then of course that guest area is the 3rd bedroom. So you come in, you have a little entry foyer here. They've got a really large piece of furniture here. And that's that back door that we just looked at. And then this gorgeous living room. There's white plaster walls and really beautiful vigas. And then you've got probably what are the original oak wood floors. I would say maybe there's a little bit of wear and tear on those. This could possibly be refinished to kind of just sparkle them up a little bit. But a really big room and really nice light. There is one skylight and a Kiva fireplace in the corner there. They have a lot of art in here. But really the best picture of the house is this view right here, looking out east. So again, just really gorgeous. And that is a nice windowsill there. I bet some plants would enjoy living on that. And then the second living area, it's a little bit more intimate, and it's also the dining room, is right through here. And I will point out that there's one very small little step right here going up. So along that wall is that telltale brick where so many houses on Stagecoach were built in this style, this kind of mid-century modern style. And it's similar to Adobe, but it's not. But it's really cool. It's got a really nice texture to it, and it just brings a little different vibe, I think, to the house. So the ceiling switches over to beams in here with tongue and groove instead of the vigas. You have some really wonderful built-in book cabinets on either side of that fireplace. And again, with the same brick that I was just talking about. And that fireplace is like an insert, and it's wood burning. And those are pretty darn efficient. I have one of those in my house, and we really enjoy it. We use it every single night, actually. So another little kind of sitting area right here. And let me just swing around to give you the full view. So here's the dining room. These windows actually look out onto that tenant's area. And they do have, similar to a Nest, I'm not quite sure what that is, but it's a modern thermostat, which is nice to have. And I should point out there are ducts. I think this house is on a crawl space. I'm not positive about that. I'm going to try to verify that, but it is forced air heat. There's no air conditioning. One thing that could happen is you could replace that furnace and do an all-in-one unit where it's heat and air conditioning. But they also have a swamp cooler on the roof, and they say that that works great. So this is kind of like a little butler's pantry, but it essentially was created when they built this wall and these shelves here. So if you wanted to reconnect back to the tenant unit, to the tenant bedroom side, you would have to take all these shelves out in order to do that. And they're just using it right now for, you know, kitchen stuff, something like a pantry. And then turning around on the other side, hot water heater, which looks to be newer. I would think that has plenty of life left on it. And then it goes into the kitchen. And the kitchen is really cool. It's not huge, but it's just fun. You know, the colors in here are really just eye-popping, really. Really cool pulls that they have on all the cabinets. And then this countertop, which is kind of goes with the vibe of the house. That's sort of like this mid-century modern. Nice, big, deep black sink. Refrigerator. Upper cabinets. And the floors in here are a little bit different than that first living room we went in, and I should point that out too. In this secondary living room, they're still really pretty, and I bet they're oak. They're just wider oak. And then you have a whole section of shelving along there that's more kind of pantry stuff. To the right is the entrance to the primary bedroom and the laundry room. So that's one thing that's a little bit weird, that you go through the utility room to get to the primary bedroom. But just to give you a sense of where we are, this is back into that first main bedroom there. Okay, so this would be bedroom number 2. They're calling it a study, which I think it could be a good office, or it could be a guest bedroom, because you do have a closet here, which is pretty deep. It's a decent size for sure, and it has an alarm system there. So nice big window looking out on that east side garden, and they've got like a little couch set up, and they're definitely using this as an office too. But also, I guess, a TV room. So now this shares the bathroom with the primary bedroom, and I'm going to go back around the way you would probably normally enter the primary bedroom. And one thing I will show you too is, I forgot, that's where the furnace is. And this definitely looks older, and they have not replaced it. So this might need some attention. I mean, these things can last a long time, but you know, a newer one will be way more efficient and use less gas. Okay, so laundry room, washer and dryer, they convey. And then you've got some shelving built in up here, which is nice. And then the back door to the patio, which I'll show you that in a minute. That's another really beautiful outdoor space. Here's the entrance into the primary bedroom. And we switch over to brick floors in this area here. And they have a nice big walk-in closet. And then behind the door is another closet, which looks like they're using it as a linen closet, okay? So nice closet space. And a decent sized room here too. I think that might only be a queen size bed, but clearly you could fit a king size bed in here. And again, they do have a lot of furniture in here. Just swing back around. So there's a separate entrance to the garden, which is nice to have. So I have these French doors right here. And there you get a little bit of picture of the Buddha garden. And then the bathroom. It's really a good sized bathroom. But it does share with the guest bedroom. And there's only one bathroom on this side too. So if that's a consideration, you would need to open that other part of the house back up to make it part of this. So that's a really big tub. And then there's a really big walk-in shower too. So it's all in all quite lovely. And as long as you don't feel the need to have a separate guest bathroom or powder room, then this could really work. That's set of drawers there. And what do we got here? A little bit more storage behind the door. So there we go. So now I'm going to go back out to the west garden. Well, let's call it a patio. I think she called it a party patio, to be exact. And it's locked. So this is really nice too out here. First of all, it's brick all the way through, so you have some nice hardscaping. There ends up being an extra little shed kind of storage area right here, which is nice. And I think she said this stays if you wanted it. This is a freezer. And then this is your little workshop here. So keep in mind, there's no garage. So this is kind of where all your garage items will end up. So this is nicely landscaped too. And they're pretty avid gardeners from what I can tell, because they have this beautiful greenhouse. A little bit more hardscaping going on up there. And this is all walled in, by the way. I'm not quite sure what that is, but that's probably part of the neighbor's property. We are, if that's the case, then we're really pretty close to the property line on this side. I can get a copy of the plat. Fruit tree back there. A couple more little fruit tree guys up in there. They have that big grow box there. And I believe all this stuff conveys, with the exception of maybe the furniture and the grill. So that would be the window to the tenant's apartment, which is kind of blocked off for privacy. I'm not quite sure how that works as far as light goes. And then you come around here and there's the gate going out to the backyard and cutting around past the tenant area into the carport space. Another little shed right here. And then the greenhouse. It's just cool. It's not huge, but big enough to get all your geraniums going. Fun. They've got a bunch of herbs started over there. Probably move those outside, I guess, maybe for that right there. That's probably their little herb garden. And a big old pinon right here too. City water, city sewer, PNM for electric, New Mexico Gas Company for gas. And I'm looking around, condition-wise, I don't really see any issues. I think that roof might be a little bit on the older side. It is a foam roof, but that's something that we can have checked out just to make sure it's sound. All right, well, that's about it. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, just one more little quick tour around the neighborhood. I'm just gonna go all the way back out Stagecoach. So it is all, gravel roads up here, dirt roads. Just wanted to point that out again. These homes are all older, built in like, I think the 50s, the mid 50s. I'm gonna show you a project that I did a couple years ago with a friend of mine who's a contractor. We bought a house that had to be totally redone, and this house also needs to be totally redone. Just so you know, I don't think anybody's living there, but we did look at that too. It needs a lot of work, but there's a whole basement downstairs. It did sell though, so somebody must be getting going on that project. That's on a full acre as well. So that, see, there's another one. That style is just very all-encompassing up here. It's just everywhere. Most of it. Some of it's different. Some of these things probably ended up along the way getting torn down, and they've rebuilt since in a different style. That's a driveway there for that house. Here's one that still has the same kind of MCM aesthetic. Oh, that thing's probably super cool. So not really Santa Fe style at all, but okay, so that's Hillcrest. Not sure if I remember how to get back to Stagecoach. I'm pretty sure it's this way. Oh no, it's going back out to Bishop's Lodge. All right, let me go up Hillcrest. I think that's a better way to go. So now we're back to Bishop's Lodge Road. So now I'm going to go up Hillcrest, which eventually meets back with the other part of Stagecoach. So there's another one. You see the brick on the outside? Same brick we just saw. Okay, right, here's Stagecoach. Same thing with that one. See the exterior brick on that? It's the same brick. And all these lots are pretty big. There's a lot of hill action going on out here too. So the actual usable space might not feel like an acre or close to it. That one too, see the brick? There's another one to the left. It's covered in trees though, you can't really see that. So that's the project that my friend did. He's a contractor. That thing was pretty much falling down. That garage got added on and they paved the driveway. Wow, it's really pretty. The thing about that house is it sits high up there and the views are just incredible. If you could see out that way, what their views are like. But there's another one right there. You see that exterior brick, and that house had a lot of it too. So he kept a lot of the feel, the aesthetic in the house, but on the outside it looks now very contemporary Santa Fe, and added on a whole separate wing for the primary suite area, bathroom and a bedroom, because it really needed it. That house was just a little bit on the too small side, but looks pretty. Anyways, side note, I've been talking a lot, but I think I've answered a lot of questions. Here's where Stagecoach veers down back over to Bishop's Lodge Road. So I'm going to end it here, and thanks for watching.